see how this works. I think we're live. Look at that. Welcome, everybody. Oh, you're doing that thing again, man. Your audio's doing that thing again.
Audition's open. Okay, like we don't. Let me see.
It's so weird. It's almost like you're like so distorted.
Is that affecting anything? Yeah.
No. Oh, a little bit. Bit. No.
Jiggly cable.
If you'll notice under Dylan's name, it says audio engineer, by the way. I just want to point Yeah. Okay. I'll go fuck myself. I get it. Welcome to the live stream. This is a Friday live here. We'll let Dylan figure that out. 8 a.m. there, brother. Dan, cheers, brother. You went to sleep at 4. What are you doing, man? Brutal. Actually, this is one of the things I haven't even talked to Dylan about this. Considering moving the live stream to earlier on Friday, I think Dylan might actually, I don't know, actually, Dylan, what do you think? Is this something that you can just nod your head since your audio is off? But is this something that you would consider like an earlier live stream, Dylan? Oh, you're back. Look at you.
I mean, I have a job.
Yeah.
So that could get tricky. I mean, I might look at like adjusting my hours or something. If that's even an option, it's probably not. But
okay, so let's talk, everybody. Is Dylan here? Is Dylan problematic for you? By the way, I can also do stuff like this. Look at that.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Welcome, Dan. You know what? The only problem I have with this is I can't see how many people are here. Like I have no idea how many people are. Oh, yeah, it's up in the top corner there. 4 live viewers. Look at that. Yeah, so we're going to be going over some of the live stream deals. We'll work on the time that we do the live stream after. Of course, I'm rocking the Rode NTH 100 white. I'm actually rocking all of this. You'll notice.
Oh, nice.
I also have the white Rode PSA 1 Plus. Wicked. I love the new white series. It's awesome. And I will share one thing.
I
will share. What's that? Can you what?
I want the white one.
The white what? The boom arm?
Yeah, it matches absolutely nothing else in my setup, but I wanted it.
Dude, the whole setup, like with the headphones are gorgeous. The Rodecaster Duo is really nice. Rode.com. There's one sale I would like to share. This is the one that I'm still trying to figure this out, guys. There we go. Free headset with a Streamer X purchase. That's a pretty sweet deal. That's what I'm using now, by the way, the Streamer X. I need a white MKH 416. Amen, Dan. A white MKH 416 would be awesome. But this deal from Rode is pretty sweet. I can actually put that in the comments. That's not actually a bad idea. This is basically, I think it's $150 value. The headphones are nice. They're my favorite non-critical listening headphones. Now, Dylan, you've had these for a little while. What do you think of the NTH 100s? You've been using them yet or what?
I use them a little bit. They don't sound as good, in my opinion, as the new 840As or whatever. But
that's tough.
They're comfortable and the build quality is nice.
It's tough, man. Like that, I found critical listening when I'm doing podcasting is really, really tough for. I got to sign into Rode. This is the worst part because they make you do that, like pick out bridges. I don't want to pick out bridges. I don't want to do CAPTCHA. They're not perfect for critical listening. So if I'm doing that, I'm using my Bear Dynamic. Product link. And let's see if they've got this up here. Streamer X. Oh, yeah, here we go. Generate. Copy. I will put the Streamer X one in chat here. V. There we go. That's for the Streamer X. If you want to check it out, you can see right here. It's in the comments. Coach Sumit Sharma, what is the most affordable and recommended way to connect XLR microphone to a MacBook?
There's a lot of
Interface. The most affordable way is a cheap interface. Be really careful. Like the problem with really cheap interfaces, Coach, is the cheaper they are, the crappier they sound. You can get a decent interface for probably $150 US.
Let's start with what you're plugging into it. Because I mean, you know, if you're plugging a U87 into it, which you're probably not, but if you are, then you want a good interface that can match that. But if you're plugging like, I don't know, a 58, you could probably get away with like a mini fuse or something.
Oh yeah, the Minifuse Studio is great. Like that's $99, I think. The problem with really expensive mics into cheap interfaces is the 48 volts Phantom. Not all interfaces are created equal with the amount of power and if they decide to pop, if you have something go wrong with your interface while your extremely expensive mic is plugged in, you can take your microphone out with it. So just be careful what you're plugging into your cheap interface. Any dynamic mic will be fine. You can plug in a $3,000 dynamic mic and it will not be hurt by the interface. Your really expensive condenser mics, though, might be. So just be careful with that. Beresford, Thoman. They don't talk to me anymore, by the way. After I did their the T-Bone video.
Oh yeah.
They messaged me after I did the T-Bone video and they had wanted the microphone back. And so they messaged me and said, how'd the video go? And so I sent them the link and they just never responded. Not once. Thoman had a deal so good it sold out. Dual black OC8 818 for the price of dual OC18. Wow. Buy 2 capsules, get 2 free. I missed out because I wanted to wait until payday. Oh, that is painful. That is really, really painful.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Coach says I want to plug in a Rode Pod mic or a Dynacaster. Go get an Arturia Audio Fuse mini fuse.
Mini fuse,
The
yeah.
Arturia mini fuse. They're $99. They're great little interfaces. And they're not going to destroy your pocketbook for sure. Which interface would you recommend? I'm a beginner, would really appreciate your advice. Yeah, so go get the Arturia mini fuse. That's probably the best. I mean, you're going to upgrade later in the future. They're not any interface that's around $99 isn't going to blow you away. It's not going to. Oh, can you spell that out for me? Sure. Actually, I'll get you a link.
Better yet.
Where are you at, Coach? Are you in the US? Mini fuse. Come on. God, I hate Amazon when you search for something and it gives you like 15 other things before it gives you the thing you asked for. That's so annoying. You're in India. Okay, buddy. I don't have links for that, but here, I'll give you the US. This is the US version of the Minifuse Studio. This is the Minifuse 1, which is $99. It will get you everything you need to do. $5 interface SR375. If you want cheap SR375, he's not looking to do anything massive. Let me turn my phone off here. But yeah, so Coach, that's the US one. Just find it on your Amazon. I don't have India links on my Amazon. I would love to. I love your channel. Got to know about Dynacaster from you. It's going to be your first microphone. Awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that Dynacaster is great because you don't have to worry about your gain on any kind of thing.
I go ahead for you, Aiden. So it looks like Sweetwater's got the Cloudlifter CLX.
I'm going to share your screen.
Sure.
Just so you know.
The CLX for $30 off. Not the best deal I've ever seen on Black Friday, but I am not honestly familiar with the CLX. It's got this little max button that seems to be the only discernible difference from the CL1. Do you know anything about that, Aiden?
I have no idea. I've used a Cloudlifter before, but I've never purchased one.
Yeah, I've got one rigged up for the ribbons that I'm playing around with, but mine doesn't have a little max button, and I kind of want one.
I want the button. Give me the button. Give me the button. That's awesome. Yeah, for Cloudlifters, like if you're doing the resistance matching and stuff like that, they're good. I've never never gotten that far into it.
Actually, at this point, so this is fun. Not really Black Friday related, but I ended up using that that SE what is it, the Dynamite?
Yeah.
And because I realized that I was sending the low voltage out of my SM7B into the Cloud Lifter, which was in the rack, and then the low voltage line was picking up a ton of noise, and then the Cloud Lifter was amplifying it at the end. And so I said, well, if I put the amp stage at the beginning of that, like literally at the microphone, then there's high voltage signal, quote unquote, and all the noise is gone. It worked like a charm.
Oh, that's amazing.
So good little bit of advice for anyone who's using a Ribbon or an SM7B. If you're getting a lot of noise and you want to really kind of minimize that, try to put your mic activator, your amp stage as close to the mic as possible to minimize that low voltage run.
Interesting. Dan says it's not the CLZ though. I don't know the Cloud Lifter lineup. I should get into it at some point considering the channel and everything, but I've never needed. And now, especially now with the bass audio that I really deal with, is there a need for a Cloud Lifter for the average person that owns an interface that was released in 2022 or 2023? Probably not. And if you're doing bass audio, I would say get a Fethead before a Cloud Lifter.
Yeah.
If you're doing something more like what Dylan does, I would say, yeah. The Cloud Lifters there's a lot of benefits to using Cloud Lifter. I would have Dylan fill you in on all that. Oh, Sean enters the chat. What am I doing here this early? I apologize for waking you up, brother. Are we doing topic keys now? You know what? I'm using a new system. This is the fun thing. I'm using StreamYard now. I actually just paid for a year. That's because I've got a super special live stream coming up. This is totally kind of nobody knows about this yet, but I have a super special live stream coming up on, I believe, the 8th or the 9th, and it's going to be a special guest live stream. So I've got 2 special guests joining me. That's all I can say. So I went and I got this the StreamYards for that. Sean says I'm a goose. You are a goose, Sean. Dan, CLZ has variable Z. Dylan's mentioned it before, and I've been into the idea since. Yeah, I don't know much about variable Z, or I know what it does for you.
Again, in this case, we're not talking about the variable impedance. We're talking about the CLX. So if anyone wants to do a little bit of sleuthing on the CLX and figure out what the heck that max button does, I'm assuming extra gain. It's what my intuition tells me, but we'll find out. iZotope. Half off RX 10 Advanced, $799.
Share that. Let me get that up here. Let me get that up.
iZotope's actually got some pretty good deals here.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man.
And then if I would imagine, I haven't looked, I'll be honest, but if you have, because iZotope usually has pretty good loyalty deals. So if you have an iZotope account, you've bought some stuff and you're looking to upgrade your bundle, which I haven't done in like a bajillion years, go there because sometimes they'll have some Black Friday or year-end specific deals. But even if you're not in like RX at 10 Advanced, you'll get a ton of usage out of that. For it's $800, that's not bad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting to upgrade. I've got RX6, but the guy I work with, the guy I do podcasts for, he's talking about possibly like just getting me the advanced bundle for next February. So I'm like, I'm just waiting on it. I'm like, if he's gonna get it because I need it for a lot of the stuff he wants me to do. So yeah, that might be worth my time. Aiden's getting it up. I'm just going to put that comment up there and just going to leave it there. A couple of things I wanted to look at last year, we were talking about plugins. You got the FabFilter plugins.
Yes.
You feel like checking out FabFilter to see if they have the same?
Yeah, Black Friday sale. Honest to God, I swear by it. As far as when I'm obviously at work, I can't because at work we use Waves. That's kind of the standard.
Yeah.
At home, my God, the things that I've been able to do creatively, and even from just a processing standpoint, the FabFilter. The bundle I got was it their Pro bundle? No, it was I think a mixing. No, Creative bundle. Let me see. No. It was not the total. I did not get the total bundle. But
Hey
it was.
guys, I'm going to share one here while Dylan tries to find that.
There you go.
The
I got the FX bundle.
Elgato Wave DX. I'm going to get a link for this. These are going to be like, these links are. Can you guys click on these links that I put in chat? By the way, let me know. Because I'll have to put them into the notes of the show.
Mhm.
But that's a pain in the butt when I'm working from StreamYard, it would seem. So if you're able to click on the link, let me know. That is the Elgato Wave DX, and that is $69.99. Nice. The $30 off is actually pretty sweet. You can get that in a bundle with the see how much you save for that. $293. You save $86 in the bundle. That's actually not too bad. You also get the boom arm too, the low profile boom.
Is it me or are some of these Black Friday deals this year way better than some of the stuff we were seeing last year? If I recall, last year was kind of pathetic.
I think last year is because we were getting out of the
COVID.
the pandemic, yeah, and I think that it just kind of died on us.
Yeah,
that's actually not a bad deal though. If you guys are looking for Elgato Wave, I've been really good at resisting the urge to buy things that I don't need. But I did buy a sweater, but because I needed a new sweater, and I did buy my wireless mouse for my computer. It was cheap. Yeah, you know what? Oh, link works. Awesome, Sean. When it comes to a lot of the stuff of purchasing, yeah, like I have a little personal story for me. I got some money back from my father's estate. He died actually at the very beginning of this year. And I had an idea that I was going to go get a new camera. I was going to do all this stuff. Then I got the money and it's just sitting in my account. I haven't, like, I'm like, what do I buy? I have everything I need. Like, I don't have anything that's like, oh my God, I need to get this. Sure, I can buy mics for reviews and stuff like that. Like somebody wanted to see the Sennheiser MKE 600 review. But then I'm like, am I going to spend like $500 for a microphone that's going to sit on the shelf? Am I going to return it? I don't know. So I'm kind of struggling and I'm in the same boat. I'm like, if I don't need it, why am I buying it? So it's been really, really tough. Oh, you're going to a celebration of life for your father. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Sure. I do want to say this. Shure Microphones has a Black Friday deal. Don't get too excited though. Let me share this here. This is Shure's Superior Audio, 50% off on select Shure products, but when you get down to it, it's $10 off the SM7 series. So like SM57 or 58 used to be $99, now only $89. But you, I mean, $50 off the Super 55 if you need a live mic. The Super 55 is a fantastic live microphone. This is Hetfield's mic. James Hetfield from Metallica. And if he uses it and it works well, but I'm guessing he goes through a bunch of processing, just so you know. Also, the drum kit, the DMK 5752 drum mic kit, this is actually a pretty good deal. You get 3 SM57s, a Beta 52A, and 3 A56 drum mounts, and a carrying case for $395. Just the SM57s alone, 3 of those, is just under $300. Plus, you get a Beta 52A mic.
Oh,
and all the mounts. That's actually a pretty decent deal.
Yeah.
The SM57s alone. And then they've got, I love how they've released this, Dylan. This is one of my favorite things ever, is the Shure Stage Performance Kit. I saw this at the music store while I was there. It's basically an SM58, a cable, and a mic stand.
Nice.
$116 is actually not bad.
Is it a good mic stand or is it like a kit mic stand?
It's like a kit mic stand.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's ultimate. Let me click on this here. Let's
So
see.
what I will say about mic stands is they take a beating.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily think that going into it. So if you go to the music store and you buy the $10, don't buy the $10 mic stand.
No.
Now,
Like
you don't have
I
to
bought a $150 mic stand. It's amazing.
Nice.
This is the K&M one.
Yeah, K&M is where it's at. You will pay through the nose for it, but at this point, I don't buy anything other than K&M because they last a lifetime.
Roy Avila, how's it going, brother? Has a question. Any recommendations for a dynamic microphone alternative to an SM57 for recording guitar? Like, depends on the guitar. Are you talking a cab, like a guitar cab, or are you talking an acoustic
So I would
guitar?
ask, why dynamic? Why are you? Because acoustic guitars are really quiet sources.
Yeah.
So I mean, even the 57, I don't generally record with the 50 with the I don't record acoustics with the 57 much anymore. Just because I just don't get the nuances that I want from it. But I'm curious, why do you want to? There are options, and
Yeah.
honestly, there's not a lot that's super special about the 57. In fact, that is what makes it so special, is that there's nothing that special. So, I mean, you can get most. I would say if you are going to get, like, you could get a 58 and take the windscreen off. That's I've used a 58 as a 57 before in a pinch, and it works well. I would even say, like, there are Sennheiser options in like the E series.
Yeah, the E830 or yeah, 8 whatever it is. I love that mic, and it's got nice voicing.
Yeah.
Oof. So in the US, I'm going to share this one because Dan actually asked for this. Dan says, been shopping for K&M boom arms. Dan, I don't know. I think you're in the US, but try this one out here. We're going to put this up. This is the K&M Koenig & Meyer two-piece telescopic boom arm, extra long, smooth, silent. This is what I've got. It's only $44.99. Now, this is the boom, just the boom telescopic boom. It doesn't have the stand. I believe the stand, what do they have in here? Oh, no, these are just different options. The stand is a little bit more, but this thing is fantastic. I got the full boom. It doesn't have any, like, way to get the full stand. K&M, okay, microphone stand with the boom. Okay, so that's $132.99. This is the boom arm. This is the one that I got, and it's fantastic. German made.
Nice.
I got plenty of stands. Dan, you can always use more. We got somebody new in here, I think. I don't think I've seen this. DJ Igris. Considering SE Electronics Dyna DMC8 for my podcast, anything around that price that I should be looking into? The DMC8, that's the actual Dynacaster, right?
Yeah, I believe.
I always get mixed up. DMC8. I always get mixed up. But yeah, so that's the Dynacaster. That price point is kind of getting a little bit busy right now. What is it in US? Let me see. This is the problem with being Dynacaster. How much does it cost in US? $264 US. It's tough, right? Like, that's a microphone with a preamp in it, right? So you have that extra gain that is, if you don't have enough gain, it's a gorgeous sounding mic as well. Like, I really like it. I like it more than the SM7B from a price to performance consideration. So I don't know if there's anything I would really be like, yeah, I get this, especially if you want the dynamic, if you want the look, because it has the look. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything here. I'll share this screen here. I don't know if there's anything that I would recommend above and beyond this. This is a great microphone, and it's really hard to, it's hard to say anything would be better than this. It's such a nice microphone. So I don't know, man. Shop around. You're gonna find at around the $260 price point. If you want USB XLR, you have the PodMic USB. But I would say you're gonna have better performance out of the Dynacaster than you're gonna have out of a PodMic. That is it's priced expensive because it has the USB option. So, do I think the Rode PodMic? Ooh, this is a good one, Coach. Do you think the Rode PodMic looks good in videos paired with the PSA 1 Plus boom arm? Yes, I do. I actually really like the PodMic's look. It's the USB plus the white. The white looks gorgeous. I just did a video on it, Coach. Check it out. It's actually really good. And Sean says, I think Egress was recently on Discord. Oh, cheers, brother. If you joined the Discord, welcome. Discord.
Find our Canadians.
I can put these banners up now. There you go. Join the Discord. Link is below. Look at that. I'm doing all the things, man.
I've
all
been
the
looking at Antelope Audio. For those who don't know, makes really, really solid interfaces. They've got all their Synergy Core lineup for the most part are all, which is like interfaces with built-in DSP are all on sale to some degree. So they've got, for example, the Zengo Synergy Core, which I'm guessing looks like a kind of a 2-channel Audio Fuse Studio-esque kind of interface. In terms of it's like a desktop, is $520 US, and that's normal $715, which that's not a bad little chunk off. I was actually looking at the Discrete 8 rack mount, which is a 8 preamp, like bunch of ADAT connectivity, and that is $1945, normally $2535.
All right, so I'm looking for the LCT Pro value pack microphone bundle with shock mount. Red Cabin, if you can link that, link it. That's a great deal. Let me see, value pack. LCT Pro value pack, blah blah blah. It's not linking for me. Amazon is a pain in the ass. Also, if that's where that is, if that's in US, $119 for an LCT 240 Pro with shock mount.
Jesus.
Because I'm showing see similar items. It's not even showing me. Not even showing me that it's in. Yeah, I don't have that, but that would be awesome. I'm showing from $99, currently unavailable. Yeah, I don't know, man. Link that up, Red Cabin. That'd be awesome. Gear Junkie. Hello, audio miscreants. How's it going, brother?
Voila.
General miscreant with a minor in audio miscreancy. Love it. DJ, how's it going, man? Cheers. So Amazon, I find, is a little light on any of their audio stuff here. Black Friday deals. Let's see if they have audio. It's also, I find searching, like, they don't have audio. They have home audio, but they don't have like audio gear.
Yeah, like pro audio.
I think it's under musical instruments.
Yeah.
And then you get like the JYX karaoke machine. Ooh. Oh, Elgato streaming gear. I'm just gonna put this up here. Ooh, good. Coach has a good question here. We'll get to that in a second, Coach. This is a link. I'm gonna share this here. Let's go to this. Go to that. Elgato streaming gear. If you guys are into streaming gear, the Stream Deck Mark II is on for $119, and the Wave XLR is $119, $25 off. That's actually, they're not too bad deals. Elgato doesn't necessarily go on sale that often, though. So that's the big deal there. Dan, I want to... Oh, wait. No, I said I was going to get to Coach here. Sound treat a room in a neat manner without using clutter. Best way, buddy, is with stuff on the walls. Having your like a bookshelf behind you. The most important wall that you should be treating is directly at a 45-degree angle from your mouth on the wall, but the wall behind you is probably the most important. It's the wall that, so when you talk, it hits the wall. The back of the microphone doesn't really pick up audio. It's kind of a dead zone on the microphone, but when it hits the wall behind you and it comes back into the microphone, that's when you get the worst reverb. So making sure that the wall behind you is treated, and by treated, you can have a bookshelf. Bookshelves are great for kind of
books in general. Yeah, they got that absorption property.
And it actually works really, really well. And it's something that a lot of people don't understand, that you don't need, like I've got the Auralex stuff. You don't need that stuff. You just put stuff on the walls, making sure you've got, some people hang up curtains on their walls, so it looks like there's a window behind you. So if you were to hang up curtains along your wall and make sure the curtains are thick, heavy stuff, and they got the waves in them, that will deaden a lot of the higher frequency stuff. It won't get all of it, but it'll get a lot of the higher frequency stuff.
Or even like moving blankets, take a couple of nails and just, pin a moving blanket to the wall. I've seen that done before too.
Dan, the Stream Deck XL was wavering between 200 and 250 for months. Interesting. Rode PSA 1, Coach. Rode PSA 1. Always. Elgato, I haven't worked too much with their stuff, but the Rode PSA 1, especially the Plus, I absolutely love it. I like the cable management and all that stuff. I do plan on getting some of the Elgato stuff to do reviews on, but one is people don't really watch Boom Arm reviews. Two, Elgato's like, we won't work with you until you have X amount of views per video. So I haven't been too quick to jump on that. Dan says, I want the new Arturia 16 rig. Dylan wants that.
I was talking about that. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have a lot of mic pre's on board.
No.
So it is really kind of custom tailored for instrument work. So if you've got a ton of keyboards or just line level sources, that's mostly, but it is a versatile little unit. Not a fan of the layout on the front of it. I was researching it this morning and I'm like, ooh. But it's got good specs. I mean, the sound quality going through that is high end.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Christopher brings up, he says, Ember for $69.99, good. Okay, Steel. I've never used the Ember. I've only used the Blue Spark. But for $69, a decent XLR mic, I believe it's decent. Here, I'll get the text for this. Oh, actually, I can share my screen, guys. There we go. Whoa. This I would say is a good price, like $70 for a microphone that's like this. It's not a lot of money that you're dropping, right? You're not going to be losing your shorts with this one. It is a really small microphone. Like you can see how large the condenser capsule is compared to his mouth. Like that's a really, really small. It's under 1 inch. It has to be. And I'm not too familiar with a lot of their Olive Blues products because I kind of wrote Blue off way back, but I did the Spark and I wanted to get into more of their Blue products, but I haven't. But I mean, $70 for a condenser microphone that is a Blue, which is technically supposed to be good. Dan says, get the Blue Ember while you can. Look at that. So there you go.
It's this is the backhanded comment. Technically supposed to be good.
Dark Corner, can you share your name and are you on Instagram as well? Dark Corner Studios on Instagram. I don't really connect with people. I don't really chat on different platforms other than YouTube. It's really tough. It comes down to time, and it's just a matter of like once I open the floodgates and I start like a lot of people are like, hey man, can you help me with my setup? I can't. I literally barely have time to do YouTube now. So, but yeah, you're welcome to join me on Instagram. I don't post a lot. I am on Twitter at Dark Corner YT. You can hit me up there as well. Still not a fan of what Logitech has done with Blue. What have you done to my baby? Yeah, I mean, what do you expect Logitech to do to Blue, right? Really?
As always, you should mention Waves, 6 plugins, $99. It's kind of, standard Waves.
Let's put that up.
If you're looking to get into the Waves universe, I will say caveat, their plugins aren't normally that expensive anyway, but 6 plugins for $99, that's pretty good. I think most Waves plugins tend to go for like $29, $30 a piece. At the lower end of that, there are much more expensive Waves plugins, but if you're looking to grab a couple tools to add to your toolbox, now would be a good time.
Yeah. Coach, Rode does have an affordable interface, but I can't guarantee how good it sounds. Sean, the recent video on editing out mouth clicks was fantastic. Thank you. That's actually, did you see the video, Dylan? Yeah. That's the level of stuff that I do plan on doing. I'm working on the podcasting bundle that I'm going to be selling off. It's going to probably be about 30 videos long. It's incredibly intense and in depth. It's taking a lot of what I used to teach at the college level and kind of bringing it into video form. It's not going to be flashy. It's literally going to be like lessons. You're going to be sitting down, you're going to be listening, you're going to be writing, taking notes. I'm not going to be doing a lot of flashy graphics and stuff like that. It's just going to be like literally you're going to be in class. And there's a ton of it. It's a lot of concepts. The overreaching concept of the whole class, though, is stop giving people a reason to stop listening. So
Yeah.
if you can stop these things that a lot of people do with their podcasts that make people tune out, you will gain viewers or gain listeners week over week. So there is going to be a lot to it. Liberty Dude, yes, I do have a Discord server. I noticed you noped out, so you're welcome back into the Discord server, brother. It's still there. Link should be below in this video. Dan Bandrew has reviewed the Ember before. Did Logitech get rid of the boom arm, the compass? I don't think so. I'm still seeing the boom arm in a lot of their ads. No issues with that. Sean says the Discord's pretty good, just not much engagement yet. I would love to see it become more active with users. I agree. Like, I would love to see more of a community, and it's not bad. I do notice it's a lot of the same people kind of jumping in the conversation. But I also think, and this is to be fair, I've been on a lot of Discord servers where it's not very welcoming when you say something and people jump on you. And I haven't seen it in our Discord server yet. I have not seen that. I have seen it in other ones, though. And that's the one thing I will be policing. And I've kind of kept an eye on stuff like that just to make sure nobody's like being a complete and utter dick. I have kicked one person out. I'm not going to call anyone out for that. But if you're being a dick to people, I mean, I don't really want you there. Everyone's there to like share, learn, do that kind of stuff. And I'm setting up. So at the end of this month, I'm doing a year review for members of this channel. And that's going to be a monthly thing. I do plan on doing like a channel kind of breakdown, something like what Bandrew does. I was trying to do something different than what Bandrew did. That's been like kind of rolling through my head. Like, don't do the same thing Bandrew does. Cause I mean, whatever, but then it's like, what else am I going to offer up? I'm not going to do like a special review for 6 members. Right. But like a channel breakdown isn't a bad idea, and just talk about, it's kind of more of an intimate video of talking about how the channel's doing, kind of what's coming up kind of stuff. I don't mind the idea of that. And that's going to be a monthly thing for members. But I'm also planning on doing this, probably going to be a Friday night where members are going to have access to a voice chat where we're going to get on Discord and we're going to sit back and just shoot the shit for an hour, probably Friday night around 10 p.m. Or time to be determined. It's probably going to be in the evening, but it'll be a once a month chat where you guys can get unfettered access to me and ask me whatever the hell you want, and just kind of have a hangout, have a beer on a Friday night. I think that's going to be the next membership perk, and that's probably going to be coming soon. Dylan just disappeared from us. Dylan. All right, let's just go to me. Okay. Dylan's left, ladies and gentlemen. Dan, the compass is sold on Logitech site. I consider this boom arm only because Blue would sell you spare desk bases for these. Oh, nice. Yeah, you know what? I've got a bunch of Rode desk bases kicking around, and it's awesome because I just leave them set up when I'm doing reviews. Because I also use a boom arm for doing top-down shots, which I need to start attaching to something outside of this desk for doing that, because whenever I move the desk, you can see the top-down camera shake. I also have this thing. I'm actually going to do a review of a stand, boom stand. This is the new Rode DS2, I think it's called. Yeah, the DS2. This thing's actually pretty cool. For a desk stand, it's actually pretty cool. I'm back. Oh, here. Whoa. What happened there?
Teams messed up the stream. I got a Teams call.
Oh, they're like, you're supposed to be working right now, Dylan. What the hell? Yeah, so I've got a review on I can't believe I'm doing a review on a desk stand, but nice. Yes, I'm going to be doing a review. This thing is actually pretty cool. And if you want to have your mic in a situation where you can move it around and it's not kind of like just pushed off to the side, you can literally take this off your desk. Plus you can set up cameras on it. And that is one of the things I really like. Like, if you're doing like a vlog style and you're moving around with your camera, you're placing it down, you don't have to like kind of balance it on the back of your couch or something. You actually have a stand for it, which I kind of like the idea of that, because I've thought about doing little things with the camera, like outside, without having to take my big honking tripod stand out there. So we're kind of silly. Sean, you're the silliest. No more black backlight talk from me. Blacklight talk. Are you doing blacklight, Dan? All right, I didn't see any blacklight talk, man, but okay. Blacklight channel analog cases just come without a little gear stands for your tabletop, which would look really cool. Nice. Yeah, you know what? I'm not especially this time of year. This is the thing about right before Christmas and stuff like that. There's so few concepts for what to do videos for. Nobody's releasing products right before Christmas. Everybody's already done the release and they're building up towards Christmas. So basically between December 1st, actually November 15th and January 31st, there's nothing. It's literally like a blank slate of product releases. So if I can do a review on a mic stand, why not? This is the time to do the silly reviews on stuff that wouldn't normally. Like I still have the Mackie backpack here. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, Dylan.
Yeah,
this is the DLZ Creator backpack. And if you remember, I showed you the DLZ Creator and how big it was, right?
Yeah.
They have a backpack for it. So I'm doing a shootout between the DLZ Creator and the road backpack.
It's like a hiking backpack.
It's, like it's massive. And if you have the DLZ Creator,
yeah,
it's a great idea. Like, sure, get the backpack. It's great. Like
you can also bring a microphone or a microwave if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to. Chungus. It's Chungus's backpack. Amen to that. Let me see. Let me do something here. Let's go back to that. Chungus. Oh, classic. Look at that. Hey, I get to play with all these things, man.
All these buttons.
Minimal. No, I like block. No, I like this for the comments. That's good. That's good. There we go. Let's get out of here. Back to comments. I will have to say that like videos like that will be coming over January and stuff like that, but it's more just because there's not much happening in the world. Have you run into anything else Black Friday, man?
I'm looking. Sweetwater's got some stuff. Nothing. It's funny. Like one thing I'm noticing is that, so like if you've bought something, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and in your brain, you're like, I know how much that's worth. And then I'm looking at some of these deals and I'm like, that's not a deal. That's so expensive. And I'm like, oh, right. Inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation.
I will have to put this one up. We've got, I'm trying to show display names. Oh, it's because my banner's on.
Yep.
There we go. See, I'm figuring this stuff out. This one I do want to share, the Maono PD200X that I reviewed. And remember during the review, I said that I don't think you're going to see it at its regular price very often. It's never, I have only once seen it at its regular price. It is $55.99. I'm going to say, like, if you want a cheap as borscht microphone that you can just plug in and go and you don't have to worry, it sounds okay, and you're really not worried about anything, and you're just streaming, you're not doing anything audio critical, it's hard to argue with $55 for that, man. And you know what? I do have to say, one of the surprises I've had from 2023, Dylan, I don't know about you, but cheap is so much better now. I'm not saying it's good. Okay, I'm not saying that cheap is good. I'm saying last year, if you bought a $55 dynamic mic, it was trash.
Oh yeah, like, last year's cheap and this year's cheap are not even on the same playing field anymore.
It's crazy how close they're coming, and it's just they're developing better capsules. Like the components that that are available to them for super cheap are just getting better. And I think a lot of brands that are, as we push forward, and you're seeing interfaces come with like better EIN, you're getting better mic pre's like the Revolution preamps on Rodecaster series. All those things are kind of pushing even the shitty stuff is coming up a little bit as well. And it's really cool to see, because this is the last really crappy mic well, I mean, other than the Yeti. But then you look at like stuff like the Yeti and it's so antiquated. The sound of the Yeti is so antiquated. Yeah, the cheap is less bad. Red Cabin says link was too long for chat, sent it in email. All right, give me a second here. Let me look.
Studio Economic has the Neumann MT48 interface for It's $2,200. It's
All right, I'm
$139
gonna share your screen there. There we go.
off or $138 off. That's the thing. Like, you look at some of these deals, they're like, oh, this much off. And then you look at the price and you're like, okay, well, that's not really a massive deal.
I saw what's his name? Audio Haze has this. He uses this. And
Honestly, I wouldn't, only because for me, like, I love Neumann, but they're not an interface company in my head. I'm sure it's amazing, but when I think interface and I think companies that, like, there's other places I'm going to before I'll hit Neumann.
yeah, so these ones apparently, according to him, are meant for adding character. So
Yeah.
they're not meant to be transparent.
Mm.
Red Cabin, here's that link, buddy. I shortened it for you. So check that link out if you guys are into actually I can share that. Why don't I do that? So let's go here, Control V. And it says currently unavailable, but I think that's because I'm in Canada. So let me just go to add to stage. There we go. This is the LCT 240 Pro Value Pack microphone bundle with shock mount. That's a good price, $189. If you it says in stock now. It wasn't saying in stock before. Oh, because this is Amazon.ca. That's the problem.
Mm.
Yeah, see, so Pro Value shock mount. Let's actually get that text one up. That's not .ca. So these Amazon. See if it's the same. No, it's not. So that's the American one. This is a great deal. Like the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro is a great sounding mic. And yeah, like you're not going to get much better. They are nice, crystal clear too. Anyways, as we were saying, for something like that, like the Neumann interface, with the character that it's imparting, is that even necessary?
Well,
like, wouldn't you prefer transparent?
Like, where is it imparting the character? Is it imparting it at my output stage? Because I don't want that. As a mixing engineer, I want as transparent going to my speakers as possible, which is why I use, for my monitor section here, I use a completely passive monitor controller so there's no color.
I've got your screen up here. They're non-transparent on the outs. That's what I know. And it's got processing on board.
Yeah, hence all this fanciness.
And that's fine. Like, that's cool. I mean, you have all of the bells and whistles, as you can see on screen there. All the bells and whistles that you would expect. I prefer transparency on.
Yeah. Especially on an interface like this, a desktop job. Now, if they're putting it on the inputs, I've never heard a Neumann mic pre in my life. I've heard a lot of Neumann mics.
I'm sure they've outsourced to a good pre.
Yeah, well, they do say on the side here, powered by merging technologies. So,
there you go.
Whatever that means.
I would love. Oh, so I know what the problem is with your mic. It's when when you push to the limit. It's it basically breaks up. So it's probably just gain. I would love transparency.
It's not even that. It's dirty buttons. I know it's dirty buttons because if I mush the board is just it's dirty.
Okay, fair enough. Could you use the DLZ creator, man?
Nope.
No way. Okay. Worth a shot. It has it has NDI. I don't know if you want to go NDI on your gear. Otherwise give me Britain. Yeah, I love transparency on clothing, on voice, stuff like that. On my own clothing specifically. Definitely. Where are we? Okay, here we are. Let's go that. I don't see a whole bunch on like the Fine mic boom arm. Elgato Wave mic arm, the low profile one is on sale. I guess I can share that one as well. Let's put that one up here. This is the low profile boom. I have not used this. I've also not heard anything about it. It's weird because you don't really hear a lot of stuff about things like boom arms and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's not really I mean, they're not critical until they fail. And that's the thing, like I haven't used, I don't know how quiet it is. I don't know how its shock rejection is. It looks like it's hard mounted. Let's see here. Stop that. It's hard mounted to the table. I don't know how much you're going to have for shock reduction underneath this. However, you can add your own padding kind of stuff. I don't really know. But I can say if you've been looking to grab one, there's the link down below. Dan has, this is the website for Merging Technologies, who is a real company partnering with Neumann.
I was gonna say, seeing that, I was like, I'm not sure if this is a brand name or if this is. So thank you for clarifying that there is a company called Merging Technologies. So I would guess that Merging Technologies is probably responsible for the digital side of things, because Neumann doesn't really specialize in it. Sennheiser does, but Neumann generally doesn't. So I mean, that's a good that's a good instance of companies combining their strengths.
Oh, Neumann's not going to put a shitty preamp in.
No,
like,
no.
There's companies that I don't like. I keep getting this with the Wave Elgato DX. I understand the Wave Elgato DX was partially built by Lewitt. That doesn't mean it's a good microphone.
Yeah.
Just because the company helps or builds a microphone does not make it good, even if it's Lewitt. Now, the Wave Elgato DX was built to be used within the Wave ecosystem with the Wave interface and all that stuff for the same thing with Rode and all that stuff. But I still have to give it its due course alone, because they sell the microphone alone. Mm-hmm. If the microphone had a USB component like the PodMic USB, then you could really okay, so let's take a look at the Wave, but Elgato's not sending me stuff. I bought the Wave DX. I'm not going to go buy the Wave interface because I don't need it. And it's one of those things that if you're already in the Elgato ecosystem, give her. But I'm not doing a full review on the whole Elgato Wave system. And the mic was just tinny and gross. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to tell you. When you put it on just bare through an interface, it sounds kind of gross and a little too overhyped. Yeah. I'm trying to see deals, more items to consider.
I was gonna say, so I found out the FabFilter bundle that I have is the FX bundle, which is 10 plugins, and so everything on the FabFilter site right now is 25% off. All their bundles, all their plugins, and so for $5.99, I'll switch this to dollars. $5.99 US. You get a EQ, a reverb, a limiter, which is an amazing limiter, compressor, multi-band compressor, de-esser, gate, a distortion engine, a delay, and then a filter engine, all for $5.99. And these are all phenomenal plugins. So I would say
that down below, because I think this is the one I was going to get. This is what you got last year, eh?
The FX bundle, yeah.
Because this is the one you're telling me I should get.
Yeah. Honestly, if you haven't gotten into the plugin space yet, if you're not roped into iZotope or Waves or whatever, and you really want to get a solid bundle of professional plugins that are super versatile and sound amazing, FabFilter, they're pricey, but they're so worth it. They're so worth it. How do I post links?
Just post a comment. Can you post comments?
I'm seeing if it lets me here. Oh, I got to connect to YouTube. Hang on.
Oh, no. That'll connect you to mine. Don't worry about that.
It's making me log in though. So when I post a comment, it's linked.
Oh, because you're not logged into YouTube. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just logged in so I can now post a comment. There you go. FabFilter.
All right. So I'll put that on screen. That is definitely worth a look. That's one of the things that I kind of want to grab as well. I'm still weighing my options with all my money, because when you convert this to Canadian, it's 74 isn't actually all that bad. But I think that's American, right? $5.99.
Well, and again, it's hard because in our brains we're comparing it to Waves, right? And Waves stuff is dirt cheap, but Wave stuff, I have a lot of Wave stuff, so I'm not biased. But Wave stuff is kind of one trick pony. Each of their plugins is kind of really good for one thing. These plugins, in the Q plugin, you can split up stuff by multiband. You can split up. You can actually carve out piano keys in your EQ. It's wild. I could do a whole hour lecture on FabFilter Q3 plugin.
Let's see what Elgato's site has for Black Friday.
Elgato.
Get the best deal in your region. Let's go US. 15%. Actually, I'll just share this screen here. So they got 15% off on stuff like the Facecam Pro, Wave DX. This is straight from Elgato's site, not Amazon. 20% on the Facecam. Stream Deck Plus is 15. Mark II. I'm looking for the big one, the big Stream Deck. Wave XLR, 35% on the deck pedal. Wow, they've got a pedal for the deck. That's actually pretty crazy. All their lights are on sale. Wow, they actually have everything on sale here. 4K 60 Pro up to 20%. How much is that? I thought about getting that. $199 for the 4K 60 Pro is actually pretty insane. Key lights. I see. I don't need any of the lights.
I was gonna say that Stream Deck you probably get with all your fancy tools now, being able to map.
Yeah, you know what? Like I've thought about getting it. I can also set up the Rode X to do the same thing, but I also have. It's all on screen here, man. Like all this stuff is right here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it myself actually.
It's hard to like. It's a very enjoyable process working with StreamYard. I'm gonna say, man, StreamYard's been pretty awesome. I'm also this is actually news to a lot of people. I'm gonna be talking about this in my members video that's coming up at the end of this month. I'm launching a podcast. I already have a few already kind of picked out. I'm not mentioning what the podcast is, but it's going to be an interview style podcast. And I've already booked a couple guests. And it's one of those things, Dylan, the feeling, I think we were talking about this yesterday, when you have all this stuff at home, you have all this gear and you're not using it for what you should be using it for.
Yep.
And I've been frustrated with this. Like I've literally got like the Rode X, Streamer X. I've got
you've got so much firepower in there. It's not even funny.
So much, and I don't have a podcast. And the reason I don't have a podcast is time outside of this. But I'm like, why don't I do a podcast? Why don't I do something simple that I can? And I've had a concept on me for years that I've wanted to do, but it requires getting relatively big names. So you can't just go out and get a nobody for these interviews. They have to be somebody with clout. Otherwise, it loses a lot of the meaning for the podcast. And I have the ability now to reach out and to get some relatively people you've heard of. I think that's the best way to put it. So yeah, that should be coming soon. Woo. I want to trash the lights I have and start over again. Dude, Sean, lighting, when I got the oh shit, what is it? Amaran D 100D. Let me see. And 100D. Oh, they're on sale too. Ooh, Amazon.com.
Check out.
/ So when I got the Amaran 100D, they're on sale for 169. This changed my life on this channel. This thing creates such a decent light for you. And if you can separate yourself from your background and have a lit background with yourself lit at the same time, this literally changes everything. Get Marilyn Dennis on. You know what, Sean? I would love to do something like Marilyn Dennis. That would actually be pretty cool. I would love to also talk to her son. Her son is pretty awesome. He's now with this Steve Dangle podcast network. But anyways, these lights, if you need lights, this 100D, this is what I use. This is the light I use, and it's fantastic. This one, I think, is the one that has all the different colors. Nice. Mine is just it doesn't actually have multiple colors. It is only one color.
It doesn't break the bank either. I mean, 170.
No, and they're really, really nice. You do need to get a decent mount for I spent $300 on a C-stand. The C-stand was 100% worth it. Here's a Liberty Dude. According to those I've seen review it, mostly view artists say the Neumann version is better because of the standards Neumann required to put their name on it. Yeah, I can see that, Liberty Dude. Like, totally. Neumann's not one of those companies that just puts a product out for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, I don't think there's a Neumann. Like, I would say the BCM 705 is my least favorite Neumann product. I'm not a massive fan of it. It is transparent as all hell. It is a decent sounding mic. I would rather use an RE20 or something like that. However, I can't find another Neumann mic that I'm like, eh. I'm not a big fan of the U87 AI, but I also, when I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that's a gorgeous sounding mic. It's not a mic that I would use for this.
No.
But if I'm doing voiceover, hell yeah, I'd have a U87 AI. So it's, Neumann, I don't think you can ever. Post the link. Yeah.
They've got a legacy to uphold, right? I mean, that's the other big thing with Neumann, or even a company like Sennheiser kind of has the same vibe, although Sennheiser, they've broadened, I think, their product catalog a lot over the years. But Neumann is still a very prestigious name and they stand by it.
Here, Sean, I know you're Canadian, so I'll post you a Canadian link here. 2 seconds.
Ooh, so for anybody who was maybe looking at Soundtoys stuff, so Soundtoys makes plugins. They got their sort of Soundtoys 5 bundle, $4.99 on sale for $249. I don't own any Soundtoys stuff, but they have a lot of interesting creative tools that for like sound design and stuff. So I would say, yeah, if you're in the market for that sort of thing, Soundtoys got some good deals for you.
Nice. Amp emulation, Dylan.
Yeah.
What's some of the best you can go for amp emulation for DI?
It's so subjective, but I would say I use IK Multimedia Amplitube. Some people hate it though. I go for more of a British sound, a tube valve kind of sound, and so it's good for that. Guitar Rig by Native Instruments is also very good. I use that. I have used it from time to time on records. It sounds pretty good. Waves has their GTR, their GTR amp, GTR stomp. It's not great. It's cheap, so that's kind of nice. So if you have a guitar, you're a guitar player, and you need some kind of an amp sim for your system because you don't want to make noise in your room, the GTR is probably your best bet, especially right now with the sales.
Yeah.
But aside from that, if you get something like a Kemper, which is like a hardware modeling amplifier, or even like a Line 6 Helix. I know some metal guys, especially, that swear by the Helix ecosystem. Even you know what, Aiden? You know what? Actually, the job that you gave me. What the heck? I'm staring at it. With the Boss rig. That's a good piece. And as far as, I mean, it's hardware, so extra piece of hardware around, but decent little interface. I've been messing around with it. The Bluetooth connectivity is awesome. I find the screen, navigating the interface is sometimes a little counterintuitive, like to get to certain things.
You know what? We should do a follow-up video on that. We should literally do a video of like your take. This is an actual music producer's take on the Boss Gigcaster 5. Because to me, I was kind of finding it like, it's cool, it's fun. I don't like hardware options as a DI. Like I don't want to have baked in sound, because when you're playing with it and something sounds a little off, you're doing the whole thing again.
And it's, with the whole Gigcaster, it's more of a live thing, right? I mean, I wouldn't be inclined to record some of it, but for just creatively messing around, and then if you get a good tone, like, okay, I'll lay down a quick track. It's got phenomenal sound quality, and it works standalone, which is amazing. So you can use it as a mixer, and have it at a gig without a host computer, which is really nice.
Shrimp's in the house, by the way. Cheers, brother. You can say happy Thanksgiving to us. We already had ours, the real one. But happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. Dan says Rolly is pre-ordering the next wave of Seaboard blocks. You taking the Seaboard plunge?
I've thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about it. I've got an old MIDI controller here that I'm looking at sunsetting, and maybe replacing with something like that, because I mean, it's an instrument, right? And Rolly has some really like the whole microtonal environment of the Seaboard was something that always kind of appealed to me. It's really expensive, but yeah, that's a company that I've been following for the last couple of years, and I like what they're coming out with.
I haven't even looked at anything. Rolly Seaboard Block M.
I don't know for me that the Rolly that their controllers would replace like a bonus. Like I've got an 88 key Korg MIDI controller that I use as sort of my main driver for MIDI stuff. But as far as like a side piece to do some interesting synth stuff, some sort of microtonal accents to non-microtonal songs, the Rolly stuff really kind of appeals to me.
Yeah.
Other than the price point.
Shrimp says, I'm in North Carolina with my family, so I'm substantially more cold than usual. Dude, we're in Canada. I don't think you can talk cold to us.
Nope.
I'm just saying. Ottawa specifically.
Yeah,
is
right now it's -5, which is somebody want to do the Fahrenheit conversion on that. That's cold.
-5 C in F. That is 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay,
That is what it is in Ottawa right now.
it's not as bad as I thought. And the sun tricks your brain into thinking, oh, it's so nice outside.
Yeah.
I remember one time, Aiden, you and I did one of these streams while I was still living in London, and it was just snowing like crazy. It was a White Friday. Like,
Dan says it's a bitter 50 degrees Fahrenheit here. Bite me, Dan. I mean, love you, buddy. My cousins all have kids now. One of them has like a toy DJ thing. My 37-year-old brother has been torturing me with it for 2 days. Oh, Shrimp, I feel you, brother.
nice.
Yeah. Ottawa is definitely colder than Hamilton. Yes, the GTA or Toronto area. In-laws are there. It is definitely warmer there. Anyways, we've been going for over an hour, guys. What did you think? Let me know down in the comments of this new setup. I like the new live stream setup, being able to share screens.
Yeah, it's
Oh
cool.
my God. I don't know why it took me so long. This wasn't a cheap upgrade, by the way. I just did it. But I think it's going to be worth it. Plus, stay tuned. I think it's December 8th. Actually, you know what? I'll do that while we're live here. I'm going to confirm the date
Of your first drop.
Oh no, this is the date of the special live stream that's coming. Oh no, so it's the wrong one. Okay, here it is. There it is. December 8th. That's the live stream. So if that changes, I will be letting you know. Cheers, Sean. Thank you for that. Looks really good. I appreciate that, Dan. Have you guys, guys, a very, very fun Black Friday, and don't spend too much money, eh? And by the way, hit the links down
Don't go
below
broke.
if you want to support the channel. Have a great post-turkey weekend, guys. Cheers.
See you next time.